And now, News Channel 10's 24/7 local weather first alert forecast, sponsored by Generator Supercenter of Amarillo.
Hi, Kevin Selly in the Weather Center. Boy, what a crazy couple of days. We've done heat, we've done cold, we've done wind, we've done fire, and now we got a little bit of wintry mix developing, especially across the southern half of the Panhandle for the first part of the day coming up on Thursday. This does not look like a high impact event. In fact, I think we're going to be on the warmer side of this. There will still likely be some snow, but I'm leaning toward the warmer side. So what I'll show you is probably worst case scenario, which is not that bad. By afternoon, we'll go for a high of 47 degrees. South winds will be in our favor. So increasing clouds through the early morning hours. And then as we get through the morning, again, this temperature is going to be a problem. Southerly winds both at the surface and aloft tend to bring in warmer air. Now, once the storm gets here, it brings a little bit of cold air with it. So there's going to be enough to be right on the edge of 32. So some wet snowflakes are possible. I'll give you a better idea of that in just a second. The mix will begin in the southern portion of the Panhandle first, around daybreak or so, and then work its way northward toward the Interstate 40 corridor, and then it'll be ending in the early afternoon. I'll show you that model in just a second as well. Winds will be our friend for a little while here, especially the direction, but as far as the wildfires are concerned, let's look at the early morning hours. We're still in the 5 to 10, close to 15-mile-an-hour range in spots. 15's getting a little breezy. 20 certainly is as well. By afternoon, see the colors blossom there for the northeastern quarter of the region. So now we're in the 15 to 20, even 25-mile-an-hour range, which is obviously not helpful for the wildfires, certainly not as bad as it has been. So generally, southerly wind direction is a warmer direction. That's helpful to keep away the snow or wet snow. And as we go on through time through the day on Thursday, watch the timestamp there. By afternoon, it's more of a south-southwest wind. The wind picks up speed a little bit, but again, that's a warmer direction. That helps us with the precipitation chance. So, or the precipitation type. This is precipitation chance. Let's talk about this. The darker green areas, 60 to 80%. Southern regions, closer to 80%. Northern portions of the region, closer to 60%, and that's Amarillo and the Interstate 40 corridor. North of that, the mid-green band, that's 30 to 60%. Again, higher to the south, lower to the north. 10 to 30% chance across the northern portion of the region. I said worst case scenario, so southern portion of the Panhandle from Portales to Plainview to Paducah, I would be surprised to see an inch. 1 inch of wet snow that melts pretty quickly is not out of the question, but I'd be surprised to see that. For the Interstate 40 corridor and southward, I really will be surprised to see more than half an inch on grassy surfaces. So there we go. I can't imagine it being worse than that. Here's the timing. 6 a.m. precipitation is developing northward across the region. By 9 a.m. it continues, gets to the I-40 corridor. All that bluish purple color is snow, but again, wet snow. And then watch it kind of decrease in coverage as we get on toward lunchtime. And through the early afternoon, it dries up and moves off into the western portion of Oklahoma. So that's about it. Let's go 50% precipitation chance, higher to the south, better chance for snow to the south, only 47 for the afternoon high. Probably see some clearing by later in the day. Then the temperatures bounce back pretty quickly and the wind goes up again, unfortunately. 76 on Friday, sustained westerly winds 20 to 25 both Friday, Saturday, southwest on Sunday. Likely some higher gusts. Despite the precipitation chance, it'll still be fairly dry and fairly warm, so the fire danger probably goes up again for the weekend. Then we come back down again on the temperatures. We've got 50s and 60s into the middle part of next week.